I'm banned from Twitter, and that's a good thing because I'm done arguing with people defending retarded shit. And all I have to say is, I hope these celebrities and their neighbors and neighborhoods get touched by the bullshit they're encouraging for others to endure with the rioting, looting, and killing by people who have long criminal histories. Which brings me to this light, bright Negro iced tea. Now, for those who aren't aware, a lot of these celebrities have been outraging over Cal Rittenhouse being found not guilty. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the countless number of celebrities' reactions and the countless number of blue check marks reactions, mourning a rapist and a domestic abuser who threatened to kill his family. No, I'm not going to go over all of their reactions. I'm going to highlight one celebrity in particular. That celebrity being rapper actor Ice-T. Ice-T, who decided to react to the Cal Rittenhouse verdict by posting a quote tweet with one word, wow. And the fact he quote tweeted Ben Crump, who names sound like a black exploitation with a parody name for Donald Trump. But unfortunately, Ben Crump is a real person. A race hustler, by the way, a race hustling lawyer who was quoted saying, George Floyd has changed the world. Those were his words. Now, of course, this race hustling bastard makes millions off of situations like George Floyd. Race hustling and race pimping every race-based issue or issue that he can make about race that he can find. In fact, he's an executive producer on that BET Karen movie, which makes him a Hollywood sanctioned race hustler. So that's who Ice-T is quote tweeting with his wow comment. And along with that comment, he has a quote tweet highlighting the judge. And it's pretty damn safe to assume that these wow comments are meant to show his displeasure with the verdict. And that's pretty rich, coming from a gangster rapper like Ice-T, which I'm sure he didn't have any wild comments in reaction to Jaleel Stallings, who was acquitted of all charges after shooting at police officers 3 times. He was seen as employing self-defense. And where was Ice-T's wild comment in response to Andrew Coffey, the fourth, being found not guilty after not just shooting at cops, but killing one cop during a SWAT team raid? Both men found not guilty due to self-defense, and both men black, by the way. And that fact just highlights other retarded shit that these woke pro-whacks have been saying, who felt the need to insert themselves into the situation. And when I say pro-whacks, I mean pro-blacks, who felt the need to insert themselves into this Kyle Rittenhouse situation, even though no blacks were involved getting shot or killed by him. And even if they were, so be it. He was fucking defending themselves. But anyway, these are 2 cases that happened this year, very recently, which proves once again another woke mantra to be false. And that woke mantra, especially amongst the pro-blacks, saying, what if blank was black? Then this would happen much worse to him, or much worse would happen to him. And they've been saying that in this situation. What if Kyle was black? This worser thing would happen to him. But yet, I just gave you 2 situations, recent, where 2 black men, different situations, but 2 black men, given the defense of self-defense, found not guilty. But again, you have to remember that this, what if insert this person was black? You have to remember this logic comes from people having to invent a fictional reality where the races are swapped, and then they have to invest themselves emotionally in that fictional reality and get into real arguments, based on a fictional situation. It's just a prime example of how emotionally disturbed and retarded these pro-blacks, woke folk, SJWs, and libtards are in general. They don't give two shits about facts, truth, evidence, or proof. It's all about their feelings and what they want to believe. They just want to find ways to victimize themselves, even when they are the predators. Which brings me back to Ice-T and why he posts wow in reaction to this Kyle Rittenhouse acquittal. But he didn't post wow to so many other situations that he could have posted wow to, especially with all of the dead rappers going on, all the dead rappers who are influenced by this bitch ass motherfucker helping pioneer gangster rap, into rap during the late 80s. I mean, for example, where was Ice-T's post about dead rapper Young Dolph, who is just another dead rapper amongst these many dead rappers who call for death and speak death onto other people? But again, another dead rapper involved in a genre of music that Ice-T helped pioneered, gangster rap and gangster rappers. Ice-T has no reactions about that. You know, gangster rap, which is now just rap music and hip hop culture in general, it was pioneered by people like Ice-T. You know, he was one of the first, if not the first, popular rapper to deem himself as a gangster rapper. And I believe he was the first rapper to have real guns in a music video. So, you know, he believes in having guns not just across state lines, but in music videos for millions of people to see while he raps. And now guns in music video is a tradition that continues on today, getting people shot, getting people shot at, and getting people killed. Because this genre of music is really just a death cult now. And it's been that way since the late 80s. And just within the last 3 years, we've had many rappers, known and up and coming, who have been murdered, and many rappers who have killed people. And also rappers' fans, friends, and family members who have died due to this genre of music, which doesn't happen in any other genre of music. If artists from other genres die, it's usually due to them killing themselves through drug use and drug abuse. I mean, for instance, in this gangster rap bullshit, you've had a rapper's grandparents get burned alive over fucking rap beefs. Did Ice-T post a wow in reaction to that on his Twitter? No. I mean, there's a reason this shit music has been banned in China. You know, even though they're doing so through the communist government, it's at least showing that China even recognizes the destructive nature of this genre. Now, sadly, this genre wasn't always like this. I mean, back in the early 80s, rap was about party music, bragging on your skills and or lifestyle, and having a message. Like 1982's The Message, a song by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Listen to the lyrics of that song. Listen to the lyrics and hear what the closest thing to gangster music was actually supposed to sound like. You know, in that song, it's commenting on bad neighborhoods and problems in those neighborhoods and the lifestyle choices those people make in those neighborhoods. It wasn't about romanticizing and glorifying killing or wanting to be killed or wanting to be a killer or even wanting to be into a gang. I mean, there was a lyric that highlighted a dude who was promising but got involved into life, and then he ended up getting locked up and hanging himself. You don't get shit like that. 99.9% of it now is about glorifying shit like that and ignoring the real. The new real is all this killer rap that, again, Ice T helped pioneer and introduce into this genre. Another thing Ice-T helped introduce into this genre was glorifying human trafficking into rap, also known as pimping. So yes, on top of being a gang-affiliated rapper who calls himself a gangster rapper, who carries around guns in music videos, he also helped push pimping into rap. Pimping, which helped bring along rappers like Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, which you see in today's rap. All of this shit, all of it, has come from people like him. People like him who are responsible through influence, getting people killed, wanting people to become killers, and creating environments where people want to kill people. Which brings me to this latest terrorist attack by another gangster rapper, or wannabe gangster rapper, but they're all the same. Darrell Brooks Jr. Yes, he has a rap music video out, and he's also a BLM and Kaepernick fan. And he decided to purposely drive into a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, after being inspired by people like Ice-T and other famous people who were upset with the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. Well, guess what? This terrorist wannabe rapper thug was also unhappy about the verdict, which you can see on his social media posts. And he decided to take his unhappiness out, influenced by social media, I'm sure, and his own savage nature. Well, he decided to take that unhappiness out on damn near 60 people, where currently 6 are dead because a child just died. First it was just 5, but a child just died recently due to their injuries. But yeah, he killed 6 people and over 50 are injured. Men, women, children, and old people. But I bet rap pieces of shit like Ice-T won't post wild about that. He won't. And for those who think his wild comment didn't mean nothing, oh, he just posted wild. Well, what's the big deal? Well, look at his liked tweet. His liked tweets pretty much confirms what this wild comment already confirms to me, but for people who need more proof, look at his liked tweets. And again, you have to be reminded, Ice-T is a self-proclaimed gun rights advocate who is also a self-proclaimed gangster. So again, this piece of shit believes he should have the right to protect himself. He should have the right to protect his block, if you're talking about that gangster bullshit. But he is upset when a young man actually defends himself and his community, not over some colors bullshit, red or blue flag, not over some imaginary territory that the government allows you to war over. No, he was actually defending his community. And Ice-T, Mr. Gangster Rapper, guns right advocate himself, he's upset about it. This dude is a piece of fucking shit because he gets to live comfortably behind his gilded walls with his white wife and white-looking child. He gets to live safely as him and many others around him incite this violent bullshit, which is why I have this desire that their neighborhoods get touched like everybody else's neighborhoods is getting touched by this bullshit. But hell, you even have fellow poor people and 9-to-5ers who advocate this bullshit because they're so woke that they're fucking retarded and don't realize they don't have the Kyle Rittenhouses of the world, that their neighborhoods too will be victimized. Now I have to call out the Cody Nixons of the world, the conservatives, who got so cucked by Mr. Cop Killer himself, Ice-T, just because he defended gun rights at one time. You're stupid motherfuckers who keep getting played by these clowns because you want those prized tokens around just so you can tout them up and prove to others you aren't racist, even though they're going to call your dumbasses racist anyway. You know, oh, this black alliance on this reality TV show, they aren't racist. That's just like me teaming up with infantrymen, fellow infantrymen. No, it's not, you fucking idiot. But again, that's to the cuck conservatives who don't fucking fight for shit. They're just controlled opposition as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, you know, the Waukesha, Wisconsin situation, the Kenosha situation, it's just violence on top of violence, spreading into areas that usually don't have them. I mean, for instance, you have shootings being done by Wakandians that have spread into areas like Fort Dodge, Iowa. Fort Dodge, Iowa, where there's barely any Negroes found, especially Wakandians. And there's not many of them there, but yet their crime has expanded with the soundtrack of rap in their heads as they engage in all of this criminal activity. And now nationwide, more people are experiencing what hoods nationwide has been experiencing, which is death. Death with no one doing a damn thing about it, because you have a bunch of mental retards who rather defend criminals and justify criminal activities than actually defend people who are law-abiding and wanting to protect themselves. And again, you'll never find Ice-T posting wow in reaction to all of these deadly situations going on. And side note, just take a look on Twitter, particularly so-called Black Twitter, and see what the native Wakandians have to say about Waukesha. These soulless niggas are just mocking and clowning this situation. Mocking and clowning this situation where people's children have been murdered, where people's grandchildren have been murdered. And what they were guilty of, what were they guilty of? These children, grandchildren, and grannies themselves, they were guilty of just having a fucking Christmas parade. And I highlighted a couple of these motherfucking retards. You have one person saying, he was just defending property. Hook it, hook it, hook. Oh, it was self-defense. Oh, just a few short days after Wisconsin sent a clear message that vigilantism was completely acceptable in their state. Hashtag Rittenhouse trial, and they have shrugged shoulders. So these motherfuckers are comparing Kyle Rittenhouse to this nigga who ran his car, this wannabe rapper who ran his car through a parade. I mean, if this don't bring the militias out, I don't know what will, because they would be justified in coming out now, especially with these clown-ass niggas who feel as though they need to mock the situation. But they're not alone. The mainstream media is also clowning this situation. And the way that they are clowning, they're clowning by not calling him a terrorist. In fact, they refuse to call him a terrorist. And then you have others who are being silent about it. And since we know they're all attuned to the news, they know about this situation. So their silence means they're defending this dude. Celebrities like Ice-T condone what this pussy motherfucker did. They condone it because Ice-T and people like him are safe in their neighborhoods when they shouldn't be, safe behind their walls when they shouldn't be, and safe with their armed guards who would protect them and their property, even if it meant shooting and killing someone. Now, Ice-T is a piece of shit, especially for what he pioneered and represents, and now has the audacity to react unfavorably to this acquittal. But people like him, his cheerleaders, are pieces of shit as well. And this insanity will not stop until sane people make it stop. Now again, to those who are against this verdict, who call themselves so-called black. Hell, for those who are even invested into this Ahmaud Arbery situation, all I have to say to you is you're fucking retarded. And it's motherfuckers like you for why the hood has always been the hood. Because you consistently rather defend and advocate for murderers, child rapists, pedophiles, pimps, and drug dealers than advocate for the 9 to 5 employee, the small businessman, the law-abiding person that lives in the neighborhood. But then you wonder why the best of us move away from these situations. Because you motherfuckers only advocate for the chaos.